Hello, texture junkies and happy paper people. This is Sharon. Welcome to my channel. I have a flip through today, and before I unwrap it here, this is the scroll that goes in the front, and there's a quill that's been dipped in ink, but it's actually black paint. I do want to get this tiny bit of housekeeping out of the way right here. You're on Texture Junkies, and if you would subscribe, like, and share the video, I would really appreciate it. And comment below and let me know that you did, and I will enter you into a 200 subscriber drawing. Also, if you leave a comment and you've already subscribed previously, you'll get an entry into the drawing. If you bring a friend, have them mention your name, and you'll get another entry in the drawing. As you know, I've started over. We were in Happy Paper People together, Marianne Hobbs and I, and we still have the Facebook home page so that everybody has a place to share everything, and we're still, working together. We're just doing some different things and creating different content. So I need your help, please, to get me the subscriptions that I need. And let's get to that 200 mark and go from there, shall we? You can find me on Instagram at Texture Junkies. And of course, I said the Facebook group is Happy Paper People, and you can share anything you'd like on there. Anything, but please read the rules if you haven't subscribed. We just prefer if you share your own personal work. That's great. I already did that, and I did that. So let's get to it, shall we? So I actually filmed this once already, and my little medieval music was too high and competing. So I turned it down, and we started over here. I have this beautiful gold ribbon here, and this is not connected, so that you can use it any way you'd like. Let me just set that there. And this is Henry VIII's first wife, Jane Seymour. Just thought that was appropriate. This is a botanical / Renaissance or medieval style journal. It's a wonderful, wonderful embossing plate that I love. And there's some really textured pieces on here. This is all sealed. I do have a key here to commemorate the beginning of the book, and that might be the key to get in, with a piece of hand tatting. You'll find one piece of scrapbook paper in here, and the rest is vintage papers, handmade papers, painted papers. There's some collage. There's definitely art and kind of a painterly feel to the whole book. So here I have some of that handmade paper that I have with the leaves inside of the paper. That is a sugar bag. This is a true junk journal. This is an envelope, of course, and I made a whole set. I'm going to turn that down a little bit more. I made a whole set of stationery to go in here, and every one of them is a little bit different, but very medieval looking, or used kind of medieval-esque elements or foresty elements. I'm going to check and see if I'm in frame just right. Okay. Thank you. All right, so there's a little collage there. Here's another piece of that stationery. Now, the papers I used for the stationery are antique drawing paper and antique calligraphy paper, and they're very old. Some are like parchment. That's a lot of the kind of things that I used in here. There's lots of spray from my spray box from the bottom of that. Really like those, sometimes more than what I'm spraying. It's funny. That's a painting. I believe that was on my gel plate. Nope, wait. This is Jane Seymour. I'm sorry. So that would be one of his other wives. I wish I would have saved her little thing there. If you know, let me know. And there's lots of bling and gold throughout. I used a gold wax all over in these leaf skeletons, and that's color from the dictionary. It's gel plate. I'm just going to try to go through here quicker. It's all sprayed, all altered. This is an envelope I sewed together with several pieces of etiquette book paper, pages, and it's kind of funny if you read it. Here's some more stationery. You could put anything in here. You could take all the elements out and use them elsewhere, and it has loads of room for writing. This is a pocket. It's got another piece of stationery on that sort of parchment-y paper, and then there's a little booklet in here. A lot of embossed pieces. It's loaded with stuff here. Loaded. So on this one, I actually added a couple Renaissance style stickers from famous paintings. There's another little collage, and this is the first of the junk journal envelopes that I thought went. It actually had this pattern on it when it came in the mail, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to take that upstairs to my art room. This is a tuck spot. It's embossed and painted, also painted or stamped and inked. There's some stationery pieces and a girl to color or add to your own artwork. And this is a piece to write. This is not connected here, so that you can open that up, and it's a little, maybe you put a little secret in there, or a wish, or a goal, something you want to keep private. I love this embossing folder. And this is just a waterfall booklet with coffee dyed papers and gel plate. Look at that. So let's put that back on there. There's a little spread there. This is actually a piece of origami paper, and it was already on there, so I was using what I had. Just kind of clean out the scraps, true junk journal style. This is writing paper, and here it's a clip with a cork bird. I just stamped on the cork and cut it out. You'll find a few of these pieces of antique rosary in there. Where did it go? Right here. This is a tuck spot on a waxed napkin from my friend Ivy. Another one of those medallions, and this is vintage wallpaper that I absolutely love. I don't have very much of it, and it's very textured. It's so cool. This is, let me hold this up. You see that? It's a little latch that I made with that embossed foil. So you swing it open it up, and you've got all this room to write. Close that back up. There's some painted paper there. Here's another dangle, and it's got like a brass rose on it with another link from that chain. I thought this was perfect right here. The old queen card. It's actually a 3, but you know, all of them have queens on them. This says lovely. It's got some painted old fabric. I love this stamp so much. There's more writing paper. There's 3 signatures in here technically. Well, it would be 3 sections, but they're all, because it's on this spiral, they're all, you know, like spread out, but that's how I approached this. And the best part about this spiral bound is you can actually not have any of it in your way while you write. You can just open it up. Let's see. Button backs have an envelope, so it's easy to find. All right. There's collage. some sari fabric, paper bag, some more writing paper. And here is a necklace charm that I've been hoarding forever. It's gorgeous, and it's got all these little beads on it. It's really old. The metal, I mean, there's like a flower. It's all raised. It's gorgeous in there. And it's on a piece of chipboard that I backed the front and back with gel plate paper. It's more of that stamped fabric that I made into a ribbon, and a pocket, a nice big pocket. You could put more stuff in there. Another painted tag. Okay, and there's 2 of these in here, and they're actual travel photos that you'd buy if you go visit a castle in Europe. And you might buy the pack of photos in the gift shop, and they're old. It's written on. It's a picture of a castle bedroom. It's very cool, that big bed. So there's a collage, little corner tuck, Mona Lisa, of course. I love how this came out. This is a hidden paper clip with some cool peachy old looking lace on it and some hand dyed lace. That's a die that I have that looks like a hinge. And it's just a paper clip. I'm going to just set it inside for right now. Actually, put it right there. So this is the one piece of scrapbook paper I used, and it's used in a couple places throughout, but I just thought it was perfect and went with this. There's a little journaling spot on probably a cereal box. Here's a card, and it's sprayed paper that I stamped on. A couple pieces of this vintage wrapping paper in here, and it actually sounds really cool, but it's got different kinds of writing on it that look really old. It's very cool. There's another piece of stationery. So let's go back in. It's on another one of those wax napkins. There's a lot of hand tatting in here. This is hand tatted. I have very little of it, but I've been hoarding it and using teeny tiny pieces as I go. This I added after the fact. Just thought it went there, but this is one that I made in a live when we were just the one channel, Happy Paper People. And it's, you know, on a rusty safety pin. I think I rusted it. With a bird and scraps. I just thought it went so well. And you could take it off and put it anywhere you want. It's not glued on. It's just pinned on. There's more writing paper. Just a note. Coffee dyed. Some of this is really old paper, like these ones here that I did not coffee dye. They have a really cool texture. And more. This is a cool stamp. There's its partner. Alcohol ink. Places to write. This is the other half of that cool envelope that had the neat pattern on it. And this is just tied shut. It's got an old Renaissance paintings sticker on it. And there's another one. It says, I am thankful for. And maybe you write in there the things you're thankful for so that you can remember them on hard days. There's the back of that. There's more writing space. Oh, I forgot to read. Okay, there's a stamp in the front of this that says, this is an individually crafted work of art. Any smudges, splotches, or other irregularities are intentional and do not diminish the quality of this piece in any way. And that just sums me up. I find perfection in imperfection. We're all imperfect, and when I put my soul into something, it is imperfect on purpose. That's just how I am. I'd rather, play free and not be so structured. Sometimes structure's good though. Okay, this is the most elaborate of the dangles that I made for this. It's a piece of sprayed and heat embossed fabric. It's got a tiny little key. It's got a another tag. There's 2 of them here, and that's a piece of sprayed paper. It's collaged on the back. That's shedding. This is more of that rosary, and that's a piece from an antique necklace. And then, of course, it's more of that stamped old fabric. That fabric's so old that it just breaks apart without any help at all. It's that old. Here's a pocket. This was my first time using the Zutter. I was excited to get it, and I really love it. Embossed. This is, of course, strip scraps, and there's some gold. There's a leaf. It's all embossed and painted and inked, you know. It says Inspire. Now, I put a piece of acetate in this one here so that things didn't fall out of it. So you can put anything you want, and that's just in the background. And that's a piece of art called the Missal, M-I-S-S-A-L. There's gold around the edges. I did a lot of gilding here. There's a bird. Piece of doily. And that one I just left like that. I just thought it was so cool. It would be fun to write in all the little spots, I think. It's raised. It's a die. Here's an envelope. Looks like a pressed flower. There are 2 envelopes here in the back. They're almost done. There is a perfectly imperfect leaf skeleton journaling tag. And there's so much room in this pocket because it's an envelope. This one has another one of those paintings called The Shrine. Fussy cut flower. It's a butterfly from my die cut machine. And of course, it's stenciled all around. I can't leave anything plain. But it's loads of places to write, too. You could write on these envelopes. So that's got a tuck spot right there. There's some more of that stationery. This opens up just like that. That's the back. There's that. And then this, I collaged the back like a grand finale, I guess. It's super textured. There's a violin, and there's a textured piece underneath. There's stuff from an old art book. And to remind you that this is the day. So when you're done with your journal, you can get up and seize that day. Here's a piece of stationery. For that. It's wonderful. There's another piece of that paper. And it closes up. And there's loads of room there too. Here's the back. It says, do what you can with all you have, wherever you are. And that's actually Theodore Roosevelt, but I felt like it embraced the spirit of this journal. This is going to be in my Etsy shop in the next few days. And I hope that you give it a look. I'll also have photos over on the Facebook group, Happy Paper People. And I'd love to have you join us over there. Thank you so much for watching, and please have a magical day.